Hey everyone, this is Blake Stockton, a consultant here at the Florida SBDC at UNF, specializing in online related topics like social media, e-commerce, digital marketing, and in today's video we're going to talk about using Facebook Live, best practices for success with Facebook Live. And we're going to touch on some unique attention grabbers when you're using Facebook Live, like what I'm doing right now, which is what's called a virtual reality mask. And this one was just created by Facebook. Isn't that cool how it just kind of floats above my head there, like we're living in a virtual reality and the world is changing right in front of our eyes. But let's go ahead and get that off so that's not too distracting in the entire talk there. So, Facebook Live best practices for success. So if you've listened to any of our previous videos or come in to meet with me as a consultant, you know that I'm pushing Facebook Live really heavily right now. I think it's the #1 free opportunity for business owners and people who want to be authorities in their space to get in front of their target market. You know that, little quick background, Facebook limits the average reach of a post for business owners, business owner pages, and they do that because they want you to advertise to reach all your followers. That's how they make their revenue. So you can use Facebook Live as a way to reach additional followers because it's performing really well on Facebook right now. Facebook last year came out with some stats saying that people watch a Facebook Live video 3 times longer. So 3 times longer on Facebook Live than the pre-recorded videos. They also engage 10 times more. They like, comment, share 10 times more than a pre-recorded video. So Facebook is pushing it really hard right now. You may have seen some of those wacky and crazy commercials that say what to do when your hamster does flips and you want to show it to your friends. Those weird commercials that they were doing during the bowl football games, and I'm seeing them on Hulu as well. So Facebook's pushing it really hard because they know it's performing really well with their people who are using their platform right now. So as a business owner, you can use it to reach more people and have better engagement with your followers. It's not just a post about a picture or text. They actually can interact with you live or watch your authentic and honest live video after the fact. So let's get into some of the best practices. We're going to talk about some of the best practices to do before, some of the content that people talk about. We're going to talk about technology recommendations, a lot of things that I'm seeing myself, best practices that I use myself, and I'm seeing others do for success. So let's get into it. So what to go live with, because we can talk all day about some of the best practices, but what am I seeing some business owners go live with? And I think the main thing to keep in mind for any business owner when you're thinking about this live video is what can you do to have an authentic and honest kind of experience for your customers? Is it showing them behind the scenes of your business? Is it talking to employees? Is it showing them, if you're a kitchen, maybe or a restaurant, maybe you're showing off the kitchen and some of the dishes and how they're made. Maybe it's just an informational session like I'm doing right now. This is great for thought leaders when you're trying to just showcase your knowledge, and you can do a little information session and do a Q&A. And if you're doing well and you keep them up for long enough, people will actually look forward to them, join the Q&A, and start asking you questions. Another thing is if you're going to events, right? If you're going to events, you can show off, go live at the event, show off what's going on, give people a behind the scenes of your business. And if you're ever interviewing a thought leader in your industry or a blogger, particularly at events, you can kind of go live with that more well-known person in your industry. So those are some things to go live with, kind of get the wheels turning there on what type of content to go live with. But before you do that, it's good to do a little preparation before you just jump in there and start kind of going on. And some things that I've seen a good structure is to have an intro. So have a memorized 30-second intro when you start that video to really get people hooked on for that entire live video you're doing. Tell them right in the beginning what you're doing, where you're at, what you're talking about, who you are, in case they don't exactly know you. So have that intro. You also want to have notes of important points to hit. So when you go live, you might have a lot of people checking in, right? They might be asking questions. You're going to have a lot of notifications on the screen. So it's good to have some of those points listed. So if you do get distracted, you can always come back and remember where you were at when you were kind of giving your talk. And then another good thing to end your video with is a memorized outro. So have a little memorized outro saying, tell them what you told them, what you just talked about, tell them who you are, and then have a call to action. So tell them that, what do you want them to do at the end of this video? Maybe you want them to leave a comment, maybe you want them to call you, come into the store, fill out a form, visit your website, whatever it is, have a call to action at the end of your live video. And another important thing, so that you have a kind of a seamless beginning through your video, is go ahead and write your title out of your live video beforehand. And you can even experiment with some different titles, because that's a great attention grabber. That first title they see, that's going to be their first thing that your ideal customer, your follower sees, is that title before they start watching the video. So you want that to be pretty attention grabbing. And give them, make it attention grabbing, but also basically tell them what's going on in the video. Some more best practices here. Facebook actually recommends you go live for at least 10 minutes, and this is because if you go live with the idea of wanting your customers to see what you're doing live in that moment, and you can get some of that Q&A action going on, then you need to give Facebook some time to promote your video to your followers, and get them on that video so they can start asking those questions for you. So you want to give it some time to work. And in fact, on this live video, it tells me right now, keep going. We're telling your followers to join your video. And then there's another notification that says, we're still spreading the word that you're live. This may take a minute, because they're trying to get people who are online to watch this video. It actually pops up right at the top of people's news feed unless they opt out of live videos. So, and that reason is because Facebook is pushing it so hard. Another good best practice that I've seen have some issues with business owners when they go live is their poor connection. So you want to make sure you have a strong Wi-Fi connection, and you usually don't want to use your data, because it can use up a good amount of your data. And if you're moving around, it could get a little bit blurry. So you want to make sure you have that good Wi-Fi connection. Save your video at the end. At the end of the live video, it will ask you if you want to save it. Go ahead and save it. And if it was a good video, you can also upload it to YouTube, and then maybe even upload it to your website to have additional reach, to get it in front of additional people. So that's a great way to take that live video and push it to be seen by more people. And it's something we're experimenting with the SBDC. At the SBDC is taking some of these videos, putting them online for YouTube, optimizing them for SEO a little bit, and seeing if we can get some additional views. And then the last recommendation is, if you want people to get on your live video and interact with you and watch it live, then you can announce it beforehand. You can send it out to your email list. You can post it on Facebook. Give them a time that they can join your Facebook and watch you live. Some general video best practices, just for any video here, a couple simple recommendations, is that you always want lighting in front of you. I've seen some live videos where the lighting is the back. Maybe you're facing the front of your store, or maybe the sun's behind you, and that's going to make you look a lot more dark. And it's always the best practice to have the lighting in front of you or on top of you. If the lighting is a little bit funky, one of the things you can do is actually, and this is for an iPhone, I'm not sure about other phones, but if you have an iPhone, you can actually touch. You see I'm touching different parts of the screen here, and the lighting is changing ever so slightly. But you can, before you go live, you can do this and make sure the lighting is to your optimal amount here. I'm just clicking on my face to let Facebook know that this is kind of where you want the good lighting to be. So you can touch the screen to adjust the lighting a little bit too. Look at the camera. on your phone, it's like right now I'm looking at the screen, but right now I'm looking at the camera, screen, camera, screen. So if you're trying, it can get a little distracting if you're looking at the screen the whole time. I know it's really hard, especially if you're getting notifications, but try to keep looking at that camera. And then the other thing here, and this is with all videos, is to bring the energy level. And it's something I'm always trying to improve at myself. But the camera, I heard a video marketing expert say once that the camera takes away about 30% of your energy. So even if you feel like you're, animated and crazy, a lot of times you might feel like that, and in person it might be a little bit intense. But on video, they often take away 30% of that. The camera, for whatever reason, takes away 30% of your energy. So you want to be a little bit more outgoing, a little bit, maybe speak a little bit faster, more engaged with that video. Some technology recommendations with Facebook Live. So you're going to usually want a tripod, because if someone's holding it, it can be a little bit shaky. Even if you are walking around showing people things, you can still hold that tripod by the legs and kind of walk it around. And a good recommendation for a tripod is the Joby Grip Tight Gorilla Pod. I think they're $30 on Amazon, and they fit directly to your phone. It's what I use, and you can fit it directly right there into your phone. There's a little clasp. And the other recommendation, I'd first recommend the tripod because people are only going to watch a shaky video for so long. The other recommendation would be to get a mic, kind of like this mic that I have right here. Plugs directly into my phone, my iPhone, and it's the Rode lavalier microphone, and it costs about $70, but it's a worthwhile investment if you're going to do a lot of videos and live videos, because it makes the videos sound much better, much more clear, and makes it more likely. The tripod and the mic increases the likelihood that someone is going to watch more and more of your video, because it's a better experience for them. Don't have to have a mic, but it's a good recommendation if you're going to be doing a lot of live videos. So that wraps up my Facebook Live best practices. Again, if out of all of those, the one thing I'd recommend is to just always try to be authentic, open, honest about your video. If you try a video and it doesn't work out well, you can always delete it. It doesn't have to be posted on your Facebook. And those couple people that may have watched your first video or second or third video probably aren't going to remember if you stuttered or forgot what you were saying, or you just don't like how it worked out. You can always delete it. So there's some pressure when you go live, but it's not too much pressure. You get more pressure when you start getting some followers and more engagement. But if you have any questions about Facebook Live, you try it and you have some questions, feel free to add a comment below. If you enjoyed this video, like it, share it, comment, say, we love this video, we want more. And we'll keep doing more for you. But that wraps up this video. My name again is Blake Stockton. I'm a consultant here at the Florida SBDC at UNF. And if you'd like some no-cost consulting for your business, give us a call. Google us at UNF SBDC and fill out a form or give us a call, and we'd love to see you in the office. Thanks for watching, and have a fantastic day.